So guys, what are we doing today? Well, you saw the title. I picked my #1 knife overall and my #1 budget knife that have come in for review this year. But before we get into it, you guys need to turn down the volume because here comes a little bit of music. So guys, I've never really done this best knife of the year thing, and I did it a little bit differently. But first, behind me is the logo of the channel I would like you to go follow. I have not picked it yet, but there will be a description. In the description below, there'll be a link to their channel. I just haven't decided who I'm gonna put back here yet. But at any rate, like I was saying, I haven't really ever done a #1 knife of the year or anything like that until last year. And I didn't do a, overall like high-end, like basically everything was free to be entered into my thought process of, overall knife. So there's one knife that's going to be significantly more expensive. So I did go through and I picked the 2 knives that I think were my best knives of 2021. That doesn't mean a budget knife can't win, because until I got the TRM Shadow, I was pretty sure that the Civivi Riffle was going to win. But we'll talk about that when we turn around. We are going to look at the first knife, which is the Hinderer XM18 3-inch flipperless. So let's turn this around, take a quick look at it, and we'll come back and I'll tell you what my budget knife choice is. So guys, like I said, this is the XM18 3-inch flipperless that Jared sent me. This took knife of the year. I had never gotten, I love XM series knives. The XM series knives that Hinderer does, I love them. They are attractive, aesthetically pleasing. The only issue I ever had was they were uncomfortable for me to carry, size of hand and things like that. When Jared sent me this, I pulled it out of the pocket and I was so surprised at how much I love it. The action on this thing is just about perfect. It does not have the hot spot on it that the flipper tab causes for me. Pocket clip seems weird when you first pick it up. Like when I hold it, I'm like, that's gonna hurt my fingers. Or when I get ready to deploy the knife, I'm like, wow, that's gonna be a hot spot. But when I hold it, it sits just perfect in that little spot. Nice angle, so if you're dressing your cut, beautifully ground blade. It is a little thick behind the edge. I talked about that in the actual review, but CPM 20 CV titanium. This is aftermarket micarta scale from Hinderer. This thing is just, man, it's nuts how good this is. So when he sent it, I had the TRM Shadow as my knife of the year. Before that, it was the Civivi Riffle. But at any rate, this thing took the cake from it. Just the way it feels in hand and everything, and the action and what you get for the bells and whistles, it beat out so many other knives. So there you go. That is my overall pick for knife of the year that has come in. And like I said, this doesn't have to be a knife that was made in 2021. It just has to be a knife that I first got to review. I'd never gotten to handle one of these. It's the first time I did a review on it, and I'm over the moon with it. I wish I could afford one, but I have so many other knives, it just doesn't make sense. So let's go back to the green screen so you guys can see my pick for #2. So that leads us to, I know I said #2 at the end of the tabletop there, but that leads us to our budget pick. So it's not a #2, it's just my current favorite budget knife that has come in for 2021, and that is also from Jared Neves, came in. It is the Grazioso, designed by Sharif Manganis. I know a lot of people get upset with the whole Kaiser thing. They say I'm a Kaiser apologist. I look at each knife on its face values, and the design of this knife is great. I really don't care who made it. This thing came in, and I fell in love with it, and Jared informed me through the comments section on a video, and then I called him to verify it, that this indeed was a birthday present to me. So, yeah, thanks again, Jared. But yeah, Kaiser Grazioso, so nice, so good in so many ways. Let's turn it around and take a quick look at it from above so that you can see some of the reasons why I like this knife so much. So this is the Kaiser Grazioso. This was the one that Jared gave me. It's done in copper and G10, copper backspacer, all black hardware. The nice thing about this thing looks so unique and so interesting, but still is so functional. You can do so much with it. Nice, super thin edge profile or blade profile. The grind on it's just great. It comes out, it sharpens up nice and easy. The transition on this is great. This thing, I've carried this almost every day since I got it in from Jared. So we're coming up on the end of the last package. This came from the package before this one that he sent me. So this has been in my pocket since August. Not typically a fan of the deep carry pocket clip. This was done really well. It sits in a position where it doesn't bother me. It's actually good because I can carry this as a second knife forward. If you do a pocket clip like this and you get it in the right position, it's not going to be such an issue as compared to some of the others. But a lot of stuff about this knife is great. I like recurves. I like good recurves that come down to a nice thin profile. I like the fact that this blade, even though it's not very broad, nice thin blade stock, and then the grind on it was executed really well to where it comes down and is super slicey. Behind edge thickness on this was relatively thin, if I remember correctly. And it's done in N690, which is a good steel for a budget knife. It's going to hold up well. It's got fairly decent edge retention, stuff like that. So all that stuff together, on top of the fact it was just so much different than some of the other knives I've gotten to see throughout the year, and it was still functional, just pushed it over the top. Like I said, there was a chance that this could have been Knife of the Year. That Hinderer was just so good in so many ways. So let's go ahead and turn this around. I will tell you guys what my choices for runner-up were as to Knife of the Year. As far as budget knife, I'm really not going to get it. There's so many good budget knives out there. This one just came out on top of it. If I had to pick a runner-up for budget, I think it would be a little difficult. So let's go ahead and turn around and I will give you the runner-up for Knife of the Year. All right, guys, and as you can see behind me is the TRM Shadow, which was the runner-up for Knife of the Year. As far as budget knives, there was a lot of knives that really came in that could have been, there's so many good budget knives out on the market right now. I just happen to like that design a lot more than any of the others. So there you go, guys. That's it on this one. That was my picks. So, you know, if you like the videos, give them a thumbs up. If you don't like them, give them a thumbs down. If you want to support the channel, tons of ways to do it. You can go down and join a membership. Best way for me, early access to videos, exclusive giveaway content, exclusive content for certain tiers, and a premium tier sharpening tutorial series. If you don't want to do it that way, you can always just share the channels or share the channel with people you think would like it. There's also affiliate links down below that get you into Amazon. Even if you find something down below and you click on it, it's not exactly what you want. Anything you purchase after you view my affiliate link while you're logged in, I still make money on. And then the final way you can do it is the merch store. I have a merch store down below, Ember Shirt Co. I have both Ember Shirt Co. and my merch store down below. I have a coupon code that saves you 10% at checkout. It's CrazySharp, all one word. Capital C, capital S, CrazySharp. Guys, I love you all. Keep it clean in the comment section. It makes it easier to moderate. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. And I will see you in the next video.